Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome back for... I'm pretty sure this is the second last, or I know it is. This is the 240. Built at 240. I'm gonna come back to that. Why I'm saying 240, because it could be built at 239 as well. But I'm gonna go back into a second. But this right here is the second last cannon of this collection, and I did test it throughout the entire buffer. And this is pretty much a dual sand comp. I know we ran with single sand comps all the way around, just at different sides and stuff like that. But at this range, we would need to have a full comp, a dual comp, so to get 240 sand out. If you want to push the cannon up to be like around the 240 platform here, we need to. Or we could build a little further down, just have the barrel be up here. It would probably work out, but in this case right here, I'm gonna use it like this. If you guys want something different, you can let me know down in the comments. Now, one thing I want to say is that this cannon here can be built at 240. But that means that the hammer is going to be exactly at 255, meaning you won't be able to build above it. It's gonna say that this right here is I'm pretty sure it's gonna say it in chat. No, it's not. All right. Well, this is 246. Of course, some servers you'll be able to build here, some servers you won't. So you won't be able to have a box around it. If you want to build it, it's exactly 240. But if you want the hole to be at 240, it's fairly simple, because the hole right now is going to be at 243, meaning you could potentially move this platform down to do 3 more blocks down, and that way you will get the same effect. But as again, it is possible to build at 240. It's really up to you what you guys want to do. Now the other thing is, I did add this piston right here. It's just something like you could do it with all of them. You can just do that with all of them. It's just that whenever you're at 240, you don't really have too much wet sand, and you might run out faster than you actually think you are. So I just added that little piston right there just to help you out a little bit. If you want, you can do like the entire piston thing, you know, where you do all the way up here, so you have like 100 wet sand. That's really up to you what you want to do. But let's go ahead and TNT fill it. This right here is around 50 block scatter. Now, this method right here only uses 4 dispensers. If you want it to be able to one-shot obby, I see this a lot. So if somebody's patching, or if you are cannoning at filters, you need to turn this one on, because this scatter here won't make it. You can customize your own scatter to make it fit, or you can ask me to upload this one. This one right here have like a 37 block scatter. It goes down to that right there, and it uses 8 each time here, because there's this repeater in between here. So if the durability of Obsidian is 5, then you'll be able to break it with this scatter right here without having to change to the main scatter or the Obsidian breaker, which is right here. But for now, I'm gonna use this one. It has a 50 block scatter. I think that you guys would like a big scatter and not only a 30 blocks scatter. But this right here is the 240. It works well. It shoots, I don't know, like over 30 chunks if you do it right. And when I say you do it right, then of course I mean that we have to. First of all, we have to pay sand. But if you want to do it right, then you have to, as I said in other videos, you have to add a tick to your hammer. Right now it's on 3 ticks, meaning it's going to be the max ticks before it dips, where you won't be able to get through obby. Because if the cannon or if the shot dips too much when it's fired at the wall, then it won't reach the obsidian. It will reach cobble and everything, but not the obsidian. But this right here is pretty much on 4 ticks right now. So as you can see, 4 ticks. Oh, it probably would be better if you see it over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then of course count the dispense. Oh, sorry, the repeater itself. So you would see that it is kind of working. When I say kinda, it's because if I add obsidian, it won't be able to go through it. It will just simply just fail on it. You would need 3 ticks on your hammer for that. But on 3 ticks on your hammer, you will be able to shoot 22 chunks, meaning that anyone that have patched with obsidian inside their walls, or have filters, or have all these kind of things inside the walls, you will still be able to get through that with no problems whatsoever. It's just that whenever you want 4 ticks, That is mainly, you mainly only do 4 ticks whenever you are inside the base. And that makes perfect sense since this cannon here shoots 22 chunks on 3 ticks, and on 4 ticks it goes over 30 chunks. Over 30, I'm pretty sure this plot right here, 32, so over 31 chunks since the cannon is 1 chunk and then plus minus, you know. So around that. Not really sure how far it shoots. It shoots at end of plot, alright? So that's all you need to know. That's like a 10 chunk base right there. Right now we're shooting at 22 chunks, and we are just about to hit the problem where 3 ticks is not enough. Actually, I would like to show you guys that what's happening on 3 ticks right here, so you guys kind of have a feeling of what's going to happen if you do this. Now, I would prefer if you use 3 ticks on your hammer always, because if somebody patches, or if you meet just obby in general, you would need those 3 ticks. So just run with 3 ticks throughout the entire buffer. As soon as you're inside the base, you can go ahead and you can put a tick on your hammer, and you'll be able to reach out the entire base as well. But that's really up to you. If you're sure that nobody's going to patch, you're more than welcome to just use 4 ticks on the hammer, be able to get in and everything without touching the cannon at all, if that's really what you want to do. Now we're shooting pretty far, so I have to travel quite far. I'm not sure if I can make it every time, but we'll see about that. This one worked fine, so we're still shooting perfectly. At some point, it's going to tell us that the hammer is exploding before hitting the wall, and in that case we will need to add the ticks. I'm pretty sure it's just around here where it starts happening. That's why I put these walls right here, so it's just around here where it's going to start happening. Now talking a little bit more about talking a little bit more about the 255. There is going to be a 255 of this collection right here. It's also going to be efficiency fusion. So you can be glad that I'm going to make one, and it's not going to be the same thing as this one right here, since it's kind of different. Alright, I don't know if you saw that, but you saw a large explosion because there was 2 places where it blew up, because the hammer couldn't reach. So of course it didn't stack, it didn't do nothing. So now is where we need to add a tick to the hammer. Now back to the 255. It's going to be a different build, since if you need everything close to the power, you'll have to do it a little bit different. Hopefully you guys are fine with that. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. I'm going to make it the best I can, and then hopefully it's going to work on all servers. I am going to do my testing, just like I do with all of these cannons. And hopefully it's going to work, especially on Psycho. I've seen so many problems with cannons in Psycho, not only mine. It's kind of annoying, but I'm going to try my best to make sure they work 100%. And then we'll take it from there. But as you can see now, 4 ticks on the hammer, we're going just fine. Right now we're shooting around 23 chunks, and we don't really have too much power on it. We have 150, 160 each side, so it's not really that bad. You can shoot pretty far with this cannon, and for kind of a cheap price for a fusion, to be honest with you. That's one of the things that's very good with parallel fusion, is that you can use each side for different things now, because it doesn't use as much power. This is very important, because you don't really want to have a large cannon that is going to take you an hour to build. Nobody really wants that. As you can see, the scatter here is extremely big, but it does cost a lot of TNT, since it's only 2 comparators right here. So you do want to keep in mind that it does cost a bunch of TNT, so you might have to fill it a few times before the raid is over. I did cannon all of these walls here to make sure it worked throughout the entire buffer, and it did work out perfectly, which is I'm happy about that. So far I haven't had any problems actually with these guys on long range. I've used them quite a lot on Vanity MC when I was raiding on there, and it worked out just fine. I did find one issue though, and one issue was that again, I'm pretty sure I talked about this, but they had their filter just the time where the cannon were dipping just enough to hit, which is kind of sad. But all you need to do is just take power off. If you don't understand what I just said that right there, you should go. I'm not really sure which video that is. I'm pretty sure it's the 160 where I kind of explained more in details at that perfect moment where everything dips, and that's just very, very, very unlucky. But it's not really a big deal. Now we're shooting. I don't even know how far we're shooting. I didn't even see it. That shot didn't even work. I'm pretty sure I can't unload the chunk like that. I don't think that's possible. I might need to get an older one, but as you saw, I did use it and it worked fine. Let me just quickly see if I can do it properly here. How do I do it? Hopefully the cannon didn't fuck up. No, okay, we're good. At least we're good on that one. Let's see if we can get there while still loading the cannon. No, we can't. Let's see if we can get it. Nope. It didn't even get here. Alright, so I did use this cannon right here, and you see there's a sand stack down there. I just fixed these walls up so it does reach the full amount. It's just sometimes one shot is a little bit funny, but I did test it. But even if it only were to right here, this will still be 30. A chunk of 32. This plot here, 32 chunks. So it's around 30 chunks, and I'm pretty sure this is not even, yeah, around 30 chunks with 3 ticks in the hammer. And you're still able to add a lot more power if you wanted to. You can go and you can add all the power you want to, and shoot even further and further and further if you wanted to. But I'm pretty sure this right here is the last of its kind in this collection right here, because the 255s are going to be a little bit different. Hopefully not too different for you guys, and don't get scared away when I say this, but I'm gonna try to make it a little bit different to make it more I don't know, better, I guess. But this right here was the 240, and it's still working just great. We do have a dual sand comp on it now. Well, that's what it is. Like, we can't really push more sand into the comp than the Y level allow us to, so we had to do this. But it is also time to think about what we should do next. I have thought about pseudo nuke, and I've thought about it a while. It's just I don't want to fix my walls, to be honest. But I'll do them if you guys would like me to. Also, there's something called efficiency nuke, efficiency fusion. So you can actually have an efficiency nuke on this part right here. See, there's plenty of space right here. Yay. So it's pretty much up to you guys what we want to do. Just go ahead and throw your suggestions in the comment section. I do want to say that I don't really do regions. To be honest, I have never played region servers, and I will never play region servers. So region busters and stuff like that, I'm not going to go into that. I have already released region busters a long time ago. You can go ahead and download them to use. They work perfectly. It's kind of old tech. I'm pretty sure they're doing a different way now, but hey, they still work. So it's really up to you guys, but go ahead and leave your suggestions down below. Remember to like this video here, and remember to subscribe to my channel. My name is Dexter, and I'm out.